What is going on, family? So today I'm going to show you how to meal prep for the next 4 days. Relatively cheap and very, very simple. So what I have here is 8515 grass-fed beef. I have 3 pounds of this. This here at BJ's, Costco, Sam's Club, whatever big box stores near you, it's about $6.99 a pound. So relatively cheap for being grass-fed and grass-finished, I should say. Most beefs are grass-fed, but all beefs are grass-fed. It's just that grass-finish at the end. I have 160 grams of mushrooms. I only weighed that out for the video. Normally I just throw in what I throw in. 200 grams of asparagus. I add these in to my beef as it's cooking just simply because these are vegetables that I wouldn't eat by themselves. I wouldn't eat, they're not standalone vegetables for me. I've never been a fan of asparagus or mushrooms, but when I throw it in there and it cooks up with everything, it's good to go. Currently I'm doing a keto profile, so I use grass-fed butter for, just put a little bit of that in the pan. It does change the flavor. You can taste it. Tastes that much better, especially when you're adapted to keto and you crave those fats. Seasons, black pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, and I throw in some Himalayan pink salt, iodized salt, whatever you got, and however you normally season your beef. This is a great meal. These are great meals. I do 10 ounces of this a day. So I break it up into either 4 and 6 or 5 and 5, depending on what the day consists of. It's a workout day or not. And then I mix one of those in with my eggs and all that stuff. So it makes life easier, and it takes maybe 20 minutes total with cutting up the vegetables, cooking this and everything. So let's get into it. First we're going to light up our pan here. I already have the butter in there. We'll let that melt. While that is melting, we will start cutting open this beef here. I have in the past added spinach to this as well. Just let that cook in the pan a little bit beforehand. And that has actually been really, really good. Spinach is another one of those vegetables that I just don't normally eat on my own. So to be able to get the vitamin K and the potassium that is in spinach, great sources of both, and not have to worry about not liking the taste of it is a great thing, right? I even throw that in my eggs too. Let me grab a couple more plates here. So we got that butter going. We'll spread that around in here. Now an 8515 beef is going to let off a good amount of fat. It's going to have a lot of juice floating around here. But I do this first because I like to get my vegetables going first thing. So I'll throw that right on top of the butter. There's the asparagus. There's the mushrooms. And this works just as well if you're using a leaner beef. It works just as well with cooking spray. You don't need to use the butter if you're worried about your fat content and all that. I'm currently looking to get more, so that's why I use the butter. If you're carb-based, you definitely don't want to add the butter into this. And you probably want to use like a 93.7 or even, I wouldn't suggest anything leaner than a 93.7 personally, because then it just gets dried out real quick, especially making 4 days. Maybe you only want to do 2 pounds instead of 3. So we let that heat up a little bit. Move that around. And I don't really let it go for too long, just as long as it takes me to cut open these packages here. And no, I'm not just throwing this on the floor. I have my trash can right here. So don't think I'm just going to town with this stuff, throwing it all around. Put that in there. So we put those right on top, nice and easy. I'll keep that just for spatula sake. And then we'll crush this stuff up. I'll season it. And I'll show you how I weigh it out and do all that when we get back. Alright, so that's that. That took all of 6 minutes to cook 3 pounds of beef. And now we'll just get our scale here. Whenever it decides to zero out, there you go. We'll go to our pounds and ounces. And then I have my little red and my green Tupperware here. The green is for vegetables, and the red is usually what I add into my eggs. So a lot of times I'll do 4 ounces in the red one because, like I said, I add it into my eggs, and I don't worry about like what the vegetables are doing as far as weight wise. It's not like 4 ounces of specific beef, but you know, it's all roundabout. I believe in, you're going to get all of this in the next 4 days, right? So does it really matter if you're off half an ounce today and you eat half an ounce more tomorrow? For me, no. And I've never seen any sort of proof physically that really matters. As long as over the next 4 days I'm getting 10 ounces a day, it doesn't really matter. So I don't need to bore you with measuring all this stuff out. I do want to say real quick, vegetable wise, nice steam fresh bags. These things cost, I buy these at BJ's as well for I believe it's I want to say $5, maybe $4.50, something like that. So it's a little bit more than $1, like $1.25 a piece there. And if you're carb based, this is a great meal to go with some rice, right? You just, I believe in making everything as easy as possible. I know this isn't the best choice, but I live kind of by a good, better, best situation. So I like to make things easy because the easier things are, the more success you're gonna have. So again, making four days worth of meals, easy. Takes not even 20 minutes. Heating this bag up, 5 minutes in the microwave, boom. A lot easier than getting fresh broccoli and going that route and steaming and everything. Not that that's hard, but just time consuming, right? I also use cauliflower. I get rice cauliflower and I'll make that up in a pot or a pan, I mean. And then we'll throw some mushrooms in there. We'll throw some garlic. We'll throw some all sorts of other stuff in there. Make it taste good because cauliflower is not something that I enjoy. But if you make it taste good, then you can enjoy it, right? And we'll throw that in there, and that usually makes up about 3 days worth right there. So that's 3 days meals. And then I'll throw in a broccoli meal, and we're good to go. Nice, easy, and consistent. Day by day consistency. And that's how you're gonna get ahead with any of your meal plans, with any of your dieting, with any of your goals. It's consistency, day after day after day, taking those little steps. And just keep on pushing forward. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.